pipes do not seem to be bound by logic. There's a lot of stuff in the game that isn't bound by logic. I always find it very interesting when people talk about like what's realistic and not in the game. Because sometimes people will get very upset about one thing not being realistic in the game. And they're like, oh, can't play this game. Unplayable. It's like, you've accepted the fact though that there's like shit flying out of your bill gun out of thin air. But having waterfalls from faucets, that's right out. It's like, where's the logic lie? But I honestly, no, but I know I sound facetious when I say this, but I'm actually really curious about it because it is a part of like the game design sort of mantra, or I guess it's more, yeah, no, it's more UX. I'm not sure where, within what field it lies, but I think it's interesting where people are susceptible to what is okay and realistic and what isn't within the game environments. I think that's really interesting. I think some reasoning is very dumb around it, but I think it's a very interesting like concept by itself, like why some people think like this is a realistic game, or why some people think that, you know, some physics are considered realistic in some games, even though physics in all games are very flawed. Yeah, that suspension of disbelief. Yeah, exactly. Like where that line is drawn and how it like is different for people. I think that's very interesting because it varies so much from person to person, and every person thinks that they're like their line is like where it should be drawn for everyone. What is the deal with airplane food? Foundation float, miners don't. Yeah, like why is that okay? Like why is it okay that foundations can float, but having water coming out of a faucet, that's right out. Crazy. Yeah, it's true. It's like depending on also what genre you're playing, like that like sense of disbelief is also different. Because we accept even if it's like fantasy, we still accept some rules to be, you know, defined. And then it ties into story, like it's a whole fucking, it's a field that needs to be researched. I think it's very interesting.